Hey, bitch. Me rub my two fingers against my thumb and pray to the money gods, praying that they bless my game immediately. You understand what I'm saying? And now that we got that out the way, I'm going to go on and drop it like this here. We was in for a treat this weekend. I don't know who agreed with me or agreed with me not, but we had Mayweather and McGregor going at it. Now, man, I don't know who can have a podcast called The Squabbling Game and not mention this fight. I should have talked about this fight for the longest. I felt like a few beautiful topics to hit. I also seen a few people going in my goodie bag, you understand, and coming up with their own version of what I say, you know. But let's get down to the nitty gritty. You know, what I seen, man, was Conor McGregor looking outstanding, man, on his feet, you know, doing what he had to do. This is what a lot of people don't understand. What he was doing would, you know, be great against a lesser opponent. But as well, Mayweather showed and proved as well and showed that how much disrespect that he had for the style Conor was using in the first place. Mayweather barely threw a punch, you know what I mean? But I give Conor kudos, man, because the range that he was keeping with that jab, you know, he was fighting long, keeping that jab out there real long, and Mayweather was missing. He was like, you know what I'm saying? So he was missing. He wasn't throwing that many punches, but the punch that he was throwing, he was missing. So you got to give Conor credit for that. You understand what I'm saying? But like I say, Mayweather carried the fight. You know, who wanted to see Mayweather just go out there and dust the guy? It wouldn't be anything to talk about later. You know what I'm saying? And you know, a lot of people say, you know, Mayweather could have came out there and ended it in one round. I disagree. You know what I'm saying? Conor wasn't going to be out of there in one round. Plus, Conor was going to be fresh. Plus, Conor is a fighter and he uses range really well. So even if Floyd would have bought his A game, you know what I'm saying, we would have seen Conor find some sort of success in small areas. I mean, you know, he probably wouldn't have won a round, or maybe would have won the first round, and that's all. But he would have it would have been a really good fight. And shout out to the judges too, man, who only gave Conor McGregor one round. Being a UFC aficionado, I looked at that fight and I'm scoring it by. Now you do have to give Floyd points for the ring generalship, but it wasn't like Conor McGregor was not busy. You understand what I'm saying? And that's where you get kind of like a double negative. I see UFC people, they proud of Conor. Boxing people are dissing the shit out of Conor, not giving him any credit. You understand what I'm saying? And they talking about the little rabbit punches Conor threw and the small, slight punches that he threw. But if you're not going to give Conor any credit for that, then you can't give Lomachenko credit for it. He does the same thing. You know, he pauses a little jab out there here and there, and then, you know, rack off into you. For one, give Floyd credit for having a hell of a chin, because Conor hit him flush. You know what I'm saying? But Conor's job ain't hitting with 8-ounce gloves. Conor's a knuckle-to-knuckle kind of guy. And I'm not going to mention that when he's in the UFC, we don't really know how good his padding is inside his gloves. So, you know what I'm saying? We don't know about that punch power, but he did nail, you know what I'm saying, Mayweather a couple of times with some good punches. Floyd can take a punch. What can you say? You know what I'm saying? And but I challenge anybody to think that those rabbit punches don't really work. See, this is the deal. You're talking about Floyd. You're talking about a guy that's 50-0. You're talking about a guy that's been to the Olympics and the whole 9 yards in boxing. Once you become a 12-round boxer, those things probably, in my assessment, being more of an analyst than an actual fighter, so I don't know. I've never been in the ring. But what I will say is, for a lesser fighter, it would take him out of his game. See, what happened to McGregor, you know what I'm saying? McGregor was looking at those small, slight punches doing at the Floyd. You understand what I'm saying? It's the Diaz brother effect. That's something he learned from boxing Nate. Nate takes you into deep water with those punches, and even though those punches ain't a lot, they're pushing you, they're touching you. You know what I'm saying? They're hidden spots, they're hidden areas. And when you start getting tired and you steady have this, I don't know, man. This thing about a fan with, like a fan with those little shreds of fucking ribbons or whatever that is, and just blowing in your face all fucking day. But when you're tired, man, it's making you even tireder having this pity pat going on. And, you know what I'm saying, as you're trying to get away from the pity pat, they steady coming. I challenge all of you. If you're not a UFC fan yet, if you're not an MMA fan, finna go out here and whoop his ass. You know, those little pitter-patter punches ain't about nothing. And each one of them get knocked out. To end this fight, Nick Diaz caught him with a move that's so unconventional. It's the only time I think I seen Ben Saunders catch somebody with a go-go before. You know what I'm saying? But he caught him with a go-go. You know what I'm saying? If I ain't mistaken, I think it's where you catch him in something like an arm bar, but you put your shin under, when you're on your back, you catch him like an arm bar, but you put your shin under his fucking throat and pull his head down into your fucking shin, and you choking him with your fucking shin bone. You know what I'm saying? It's a move, man, that's you rarely ever see. And if I ain't mistaken, I got to go back and do my history. I'm trying to remember off the feeble memory that I have. You understand what I'm saying? But as far as I remember, that's what happened. And yeah, man, those are one of the fights that turned me into a crazy MMA fan. Man, I was on my fucking feet. I watched this shit unravel. And later to find out these guys were superstars in this sport. I didn't even know it at the time. It just was a good fucking fight. So anyway, man, yeah, and I caught it on the best of Pride. But you should be able to, damn near all the Pride fights was on YouTube last time I checked. So look it up, man. Gomi, Gomei versus Diaz, and I think he done fought Nate too, but Nick Diaz, be specific. And when you watch this fight, you'll say, okay, if nothing else, you'll be a fan of Nick Diaz, man. It was a beautiful fight. And beautiful fight and crazy. It was super crazy. But anyway, man, I'm starting to ramble a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I want to give kudos to credit, kudos to Conor. Enough kudos. I want to, spit my little side of the story to say, why I respected him going out there so much. You know what I'm saying? And doing what he did, putting on a show for us. I got to give all the respect and the credit to Floyd Mayweather for allowing him to go out there and present himself in a proper way, because Floyd could have made it an ugly fight. It's very hard to look good against Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that a lot of people don't understand. You know what I'm saying? You got this guy in your face bouncing around like Ricochet Rabbit, and I tell people all the time, but I don't tell nobody. And one thing about the reason I don't speak a lot about a guy's game, because I feel like that's the most disrespectful part of the sport. And that's why Conor McGregor shouldn't try to take on boxing, because boxers have nuances. You know what I'm saying? And if you fighting in high-profile fights and you looking good in high-profile fights over and over again, if you're not a super talented individual, a Roy Jones type individual, who I personally feel like if there was no such thing as videotape, I think Roy Jones would probably be the best boxer to ever go down in history. The most exciting, best boxer. He go out there and whoop him up. When he whoop your ass, he whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that that is hard to prepare for. You know what I'm saying? But it's a disadvantage when you hella good and all your opponents are training for you and you just training to be the best you can be. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, being that nobody really got to see Conor box before, you know what I'm saying, this was a good showing for him. He go back out there now, people kind of see what he got. They'll be a little bit more ready for him. You know what I'm saying, in a boxing setting. So in my opinion, he should stay in the UFC, come back on over, fight Paulie for a little money, go over there fight Nate. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Tony Ferguson, which would not be an easy fight. That's another thing, another misconception too. Conor got thrust into the MMA game real quick, like real early, as far as the high level, and he been dismantling guys real easy. But in my opinion, that can hurt just as well as it can help. And they built this career perfect. It's almost like they built his career so he can cross over into boxing and make a good look for the UFC. You know what I'm saying? Because they you know, as fast as he built himself up and made this fight, it's amazing. But fighting people like Tony Ferguson, Chad Mendez on a full count, you know what I'm saying? You know, a few more of those cats at 155. You know, the Nates and you know, it's the high level guys over there in the 155 division. They would give Conor a few more problems, man. I would have to see a little bit more. He has looked good. He has looked devastating in what he's been doing. But trust me, that UFC is a different animal, man. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you'll get a guy lined up in front of a guy that's just so top heavy in where you're weak, it'll expose you. You know what I'm saying? So they built his career perfect, man, to go over there and make all this money from that fight. Shout out to that. But hey man, I'm running out of time. Not only am I running out of time, I forgot where the hell I was going with that statement. So you back to the most professional, unprofessional podcast in America, Squabbling Game Edition. It's Big Fee out the goddamn D. Just wanted to run my mouth for a few minutes, man. How could I miss a topic of Mayweather and McGregor with a motherfucking segment called the Squabbling Game? You just can't do it, man. You shouldn't do it. It should be a travesty. Even though I'm in and out the game, halfway retired. But anyway, man, I'm glad whoever stayed here and fuck with me, I'm glad you fuck with me. I am out.